Hey man, if you've ever wondered why something that felt electric in the beginning slowly became predictable, there may be one thing you are overlooking. Not your looks, not your money, not your texting skills, not even how much effort you give her. Sometimes the problem is that there is simply no room left. No room for her to miss you, no room for curiosity, no room for either of you to return to your own life. And that is why giving her space can sometimes spark attraction again. But understand this from the beginning. Space does not magically create feelings that were never there. It does something more useful. It reveals what is already there, while giving attraction enough room to breathe. Most men here give her space and immediately think it means ignoring her, waiting 6 hours to reply, going silent for 3 days, pretending to be busy. That is not what I mean. Healthy space is not punishment. It is not disappearing because you want her to panic. It is simply refusing to overcrowd the connection, because attraction needs closeness, but it also needs individuality. And when closeness completely destroys individuality, even a good connection can start feeling heavy. Think about how things felt in the beginning. You had your life, she had hers. You were discovering each other. There were things you did not know, stories you had not heard, places you had not gone together. You could have an amazing night, go home, and then think about what happened. That space gave the experience somewhere to land. Then slowly, many couples remove all of it. Good morning message, constant updates, texts throughout work, calls at night, every free evening together, every emotion immediately discussed, every silence immediately filled. The relationship goes from being part of life to becoming the background noise of the entire day. And once something is constantly present, the mind naturally notices it less. That does not mean love disappears. It means novelty and anticipation can fade. Space can restore some of that awareness. Here is the first thing space changes. It gives someone a chance to miss you naturally. You cannot miss what never leaves your emotional field. If she hears from you 20 times a day, there is very little opportunity for her mind to reach toward you on its own. You are already there. But after a great evening together, imagine you simply return to your life. You work, train, see friends, handle your responsibilities. Maybe you exchange a few messages, but you do not spend the next 12 hours trying to recreate the same emotional high. Now something interesting can happen. She remembers something you said. She replays a joke. She thinks about the restaurant. She wonders what you are doing. Not because you deliberately confused her, because the experience had room to echo. That is completely different from creating anxiety. You did not disappear. You simply did not suffocate the moment by demanding another one immediately. And this is where a lot of men get attraction wrong. They believe more effort always creates more connection. Sometimes it does, but effort can reach a point where it becomes pressure. Think about the difference between "I enjoy talking to you" and "I need constant contact to know everything is okay." Those feel completely different. One is interest, the other is reassurance seeking. And when every interaction carries hidden pressure for confirmation, the relationship starts feeling less free. You text her, not because you have something to say, but because you need to know whether she still likes you. She responds. You feel relief. 2 hours later, anxiety returns. Another message. Now you are not connecting. You are regulating your emotions through her responses. Giving space interrupts that cycle. And sometimes, the first person who benefits from that space is not her, it is you. Because when you step back slightly, you begin noticing how much attention you were spending on the relationship. How often you checked your phone, how much your mood depended on her response, how quickly you abandoned your own schedule when she became available. You remember that your life had structure before she entered it. That matters. A relationship should expand your life. It should not erase it. And ironically, when you return to your own center, your presence often feels different. You have things to talk about. You have energy. You have movement. You are not arriving empty and asking her to make you feel alive. You already have a life. She becomes someone you choose to share it with. That difference is felt. Now, some people say space works because it creates uncertainty. That can happen. But intentionally making someone uncertain is where healthy advice becomes manipulation. Do not deliberately make her wonder whether you still care, just so she becomes anxious enough to chase. That may create attention. But attention created through insecurity is fragile. The healthier form of space creates curiosity without destroying security. She can know you like her, and still not know every detail of your day. She can know you are interested, and still have her own evening without needing constant contact. She can feel secure in the relationship while still having room to wonder what story you will tell her tomorrow. Security and mystery are not enemies. You do not need emotional chaos to maintain attraction. You need two people who remain interesting individuals, even while becoming close. There is another reason space can renew attraction. It restores contrast. Imagine hearing your favorite song 50 times every day. Eventually, something strange happens. You stop hearing it. The song did not become worse. Your brain simply adapted. Relationships can experience something similar. When every evening is together, every meal is together, every thought is shared immediately, even beautiful moments can start blending into routine. A little separation restores awareness. You spend Saturday doing your thing. She does hers. Then you meet Sunday evening. Now you actually have something to bring back. A story, an experience, a new thought, different energy. Presence feels more intentional when absence exists naturally around it. That is not playing hard to get. That is having separate lives worth returning from. And this is where healthy space becomes attractive. Your time does not feel valuable because you artificially restrict it. Your time feels valuable because it already belongs to something. Work, health, family, friends, goals, rest, purpose. A woman can be important without becoming the only important thing in your world. That balance protects attraction because you do not gradually become a person with nothing outside the relationship. A lot of men do this without noticing. They start dating someone. Gym sessions disappear. Friends barely hear from them. Their hobbies stop. Every evening becomes available. Then months later, they feel less confident. Why? Because the person she originally met had a life. Now everything revolves around her. And sometimes the attraction problem is not that you became too nice. You became too absent from your own life. Space fixes that only when you use it properly. Do not pull away and spend the entire evening checking whether she watched your story. Do not stop texting and then sit beside the phone hoping she reaches out. That is not independence. Your hands stopped chasing. Your mind did not. Real space means you actually return your attention to your life. You do the work. You train, you sleep, you create, you spend time with people who matter. You give your nervous system a break from constantly interpreting another person's behavior, and gradually, something changes. You become less reactive. A slow reply no longer destroys your evening. A busy day does not automatically mean rejection. You stop needing constant reassurance. That is what emotional independence looks like. Now here is where space becomes incredibly useful. It reveals whether effort is mutual. Suppose you have been initiating almost everything. You text first, plan dates, restart conversations, check in, maintain momentum. At some point, you need to stop doing all the work, not as a test, as information. Because if you keep leaning forward, you never discover whether she would ever step toward you. So you create room. Maybe she reaches out. Maybe she suggests seeing you. Maybe she starts contributing naturally. Good. Now you know there is investment on both sides. But maybe nothing happens. The conversation disappears the moment you stop pushing it. That hurts. But it tells you something important. Your effort may not have been supporting the connection. Your effort may have been the connection. Space did not destroy it. Space revealed its actual strength. That is why the goal should never be, give her space so she chases. The better question is, what happens when I stop over-functioning? Those are very different mindsets. If she comes closer, observe what happens next. Do not instantly conclude, it worked. Because one message does not equal renewed attraction. She may miss you. She may miss your attention. She may simply notice the change. The real evidence comes later. Does her effort continue once she knows you are still interested? Does she keep plans? Does she initiate? Does communication become more balanced? That is what matters. A reaction tells you how someone feels in a moment. A pattern tells you how they show up in a relationship. And this is why deliberately creating scarcity can become dangerous. Some men learn that pulling back caused her to reach out. Then they become addicted to repeating it. They become warm, she relaxes, then they disappear again. She chases, they return, then disappear. Eventually, the relationship becomes a cycle of anxiety and relief. It can feel intense, but intensity is not intimacy. You can create powerful emotions by being unpredictable. That does not mean you created trust. Healthy attraction should eventually become safer, not more confusing. If you need to keep threatening the connection with distance just to maintain interest, something is wrong. Space should protect individuality. It should not become a weapon. This brings us to another misconception. Predictability does not automatically kill attraction. You should be predictable in important ways. Keep your word, be honest, be respectful, show up when you say you will, communicate consistently. That kind of predictability creates trust. What can hurt attraction is predictable desperation. She becomes distant, you chase, she cancels, you immediately rearrange everything. She gives one small sign of attention, you flood her with affection. Now your behavior has become completely predictable because every decision is driven by fear of losing her. The solution is not becoming unpredictable. The solution is having predictable standards. If effort is mutual, invest. If communication is healthy, communicate. If she repeatedly wastes your time, stop offering unlimited availability. If disrespect becomes a pattern, address it. If nothing changes, leave. That is not coldness. That is consistency with yourself. Healthy space also allows desire to move in both directions. Many men are uncomfortable with this because they believe their job is always to pursue. Initiating is fine, leadership is fine, showing clear interest is fine, but you should not be responsible for every movement in the relationship. She needs room to choose you too. That matters, because somebody choosing you voluntarily feels very different from somebody simply responding to your constant pursuit. You want to know whether she thinks of you without being reminded, whether she wants to see you without being persuaded, whether she contributes because she genuinely wants the connection. Space creates room for that answer, and if the answer is no, that is still valuable information. Sometimes giving space reveals that there was less attraction than you believed. That can sting. Maybe she liked the attention. Maybe she enjoyed talking. Maybe she was curious, but never deeply invested. You reduce your effort, and the whole thing fades. Do not call that failure. You received clarity. Imagine the alternative. You continue pursuing for another 3 months. You interpret occasional replies as progress. You keep giving emotional energy to something that only survives because you refuse to let it die. Space can end that confusion much faster, and clarity is often more valuable than keeping a weak connection alive. But space should also exist inside healthy relationships. Not only when something is going wrong. You do not need a crisis to have separate time. Go see your friends. Let her see hers. Work on your goals. Let her pursue hers. Have experiences separately. Then come back and share them. Healthy closeness is not two people disappearing into one identity. It is two complete people repeatedly choosing to reconnect. That keeps a relationship alive in a way constant emotional fusion cannot. And this is where space can genuinely renew attraction over time. You get to see each other fresh again. Not completely fresh, but from a slight distance. She notices something about you she stopped noticing. You notice something about her. You have new stories, new energy. Maybe you missed the sound of her laugh. Maybe she missed the way you make certain situations lighter. Absence can restore appreciation, because familiarity sometimes hides value. Again, not because you manipulated anyone, because contrast helps human beings notice what constant exposure makes invisible. Now, what should you actually do? Do not suddenly disappear for a week. That is not healthy space. Start by stopping unnecessary overcontact. You do not need to narrate every hour of your day. If the conversation naturally ends, let it end. You can talk again later. If you already have plans, do not cancel them automatically because she suddenly becomes free. Suggest another time. If she has an evening with friends, let her enjoy it. Do not spend the night demanding updates. And when you are together, actually be together. Put the phone away. Listen. Be present. Quality matters more than constant access. The same principle applies to texting. Do not intentionally wait because you think fast replies reduce attraction. Reply when it naturally makes sense. Sometimes that is immediately. Sometimes you are working and it is later. The goal is not to become difficult to reach. The goal is to stop treating every notification like an emergency. There is a huge difference between natural availability and strategic withholding. One comes from having a life. The other comes from trying to control somebody else's reaction, and people eventually feel the difference. There is also nothing wrong with telling her you need time for yourself. You can say, "I'm going to have a quiet evening tonight. I've got some things I want to get done." That is not rejection. You do not need to create mystery where communication would be healthier. Space does not require confusion. In fact, long-term relationships need enough communication that space feels safe rather than threatening. The strongest version of independence is not disappearing. It is being able to separate without creating emotional punishment. And when she asks for space, do not automatically panic. This is where many men destroy themselves emotionally. She says, "I need a little time." Immediately, he imagines another man, the breakup, the worst possible outcome. Then he starts calling, explaining, negotiating, sending paragraphs. Sometimes the strongest response is simply, "Okay, take the time you need," then actually give it. Not because you know she will come back. You do not. But if someone needs space, chasing them rarely creates clarity. Let their choice become visible. And while she has space, do not put your life on pause. This is critical. Space is not you waiting in a hallway until she opens the door again. Continue living. If the relationship returns stronger, you can evaluate it. If it does not, you are already moving forward. That is why genuine independence protects you no matter what the outcome is. You are not giving space because you are guaranteed attraction. You are giving space because forcing closeness is not real closeness. There is another question worth asking. Do you actually miss her? Or do you miss reassurance? Sometimes men think they cannot handle distance because they are deeply in love. But what they actually cannot handle is uncertainty. The message reassures them. The call reassures them. Seeing her reassures them. Then silence returns, and the anxiety comes back. Space exposes that dependence. And if you can sit with uncertainty without immediately demanding relief, your emotional control grows. You learn, I can want her without needing constant proof. That is a powerful shift. Eventually, your question changes. Instead of constantly asking, "Is she thinking about me?" you begin asking, "Is this relationship healthy for me? Does she invest? Does she respect you? Does she communicate? Does she have her own life? Does she respect that you have yours? Can both of you spend time apart without turning it into a power game?" These questions matter much more than whether your absence makes her check her phone. Because the goal is not temporary obsession. The goal is attraction that can survive reality. And yes, sometimes she will miss you more when you create healthy space. She may initiate. She may become warmer. She may notice your value more clearly. Enjoy that. But do not become addicted to making her miss you, because eventually, the relationship should not depend on somebody constantly fearing loss. You want something stronger, a woman who appreciates your presence, even when she feels secure. A relationship where both people can breathe without assuming something is wrong. A connection where desire and stability can exist together. Hey man, remember this. Space is not powerful because it makes a woman suffer. It is powerful because it prevents two people from disappearing inside each other. It gives her room to miss you. It gives you room to miss her. It gives both of you room to notice whether effort is mutual. And sometimes it gives you the clarity to recognize that the connection was never as strong as you hoped. All of those outcomes have value, so do not give her space as punishment. Do not disappear to manufacture anxiety. Do not count hours before replying. Do not turn affection into a reward you strategically remove. Give space because your life has structure, because your peace matters, because she deserves room to remain herself, and because you deserve the same. Show interest, be warm, be present, but do not overcrowd the connection, trying to guarantee an outcome. Let attraction breathe. Let her choose. let yourself choose too. Because the goal is not to make your absence so painful that she cannot stop thinking about you. The goal is to make your presence meaningful enough that when you are apart, both of you naturally look forward to finding your way back.